lifelike flicking crawdad action of the Multicraw Mastercraw triggers the genetic strike instinct in fish. It flicks, and the fish strikes. The flicking action triggers the strike instinct in fish. Because it's in their instinct, they can't resist it. It flicks, the fish instinctively strikes. The Multicraw Mastercraw stays in the strike zone longer, and the flicking action triggers the strike. Because it's in their instinct, they can't resist it. Each time it flicks, the fish instinctively strikes. The lifelike crawdad flicking action triggers the genetic strike response in fish. It flicks, the fish instinctively strikes. It's their instinct. They can't resist it. It flicks, they strike. Watch the fish's tail. Each time the lure flicks, it instinctively pounces on the lure. It's their instinct. They can't resist it. The flicking action triggers the natural strike response in fish. The inverted hook, which is patented, stays up on top of the back at all times. It doesn't flip over, it doesn't roll over, so it doesn't hang up. You would have to have 7 different jig types in 5 different weights. That's 35 jigs total to perform all the same functions as you can with one Multicraw Mastercraw, and the Multicraw Mastercraw performs each function better. Number 1. A flippin' jig. The Multicraw Mastercraw stays in the strike zone 28 times longer. Number 2. A round head brush jig. Number 3. A football-shaped head for rocks. Number 4. A pointed-nosed jig for grass. Number 5. A flat-bottomed stand-up jig. Number 6, a diamond-headed swim jig. Number 7, a banana-shaped jig for muddy bottoms or jigging along the bottom. For swimming around the boat docks. The patented inverted hook resists hanging up. The buoyancy of the body makes the so slow 8 times easier for the fish to inhale. The inverted hook, which is patented, stays up on top of the back at all times. It doesn't flip over, it doesn't roll over, so it doesn't hang up. Seven different jig styles in 5 different weights. A flippin' jig, a brush jig, a rock jig, a grass jig, a stand-up jig, a swim jig, a mud jig. I spent $43.17 just purchasing the 7 different jig styles. Plus, you would have to have 5 different weights of each of the 7 jig types. That's 35 jigs total to perform all the same functions. Or 1 Multicraw Master Craw. Plus, by utilizing the interchangeable weight system, you can perform 7 additional lure functions with 1 Multicraw Master Craw. You would have to spend $31.91 more yet to perform all the additional functions of 1 Multicraw Master Craw.
I reeled it in and I had a really big fish, the biggest fish I've ever caught.
I caught the biggest bass I've ever caught in my life.
This is the biggest bass I've ever caught.
It helped us win the tournament, but I've caught 80 plus fish on one lure in a 2-day period.
They're just indestructible.
I could not believe the amount of bass that I caught with this one lure. It was unbelievable.
It's a great lure because it catches a lot of fish and it doesn't tear up.
This demonstrates the lure in the suspending mode. This demonstrates the lure in the Carolina rigged mode. This demonstrates the lure in the Carolina diving mode.
Oh, Jason, you got one? Is that
Cover like that, there's a good fish. Now that fish was in the cedar. He did the same thing, just hit it and took off running with it. It's a nice fish. About a 2.5 pounder, 3 pounder. Oh yeah, 3 pounder. There's a fish right there, a nice fish. Just like that right there, folks. That's exactly what we came here to find. Good fish. There, he pulled my skirt down. Come here, buddy. Nice fish. Nice fish. About a 4. There he is, folks. That's a good one right there. Good fish.